because they just know the right people to get to the right opportunity. Like, people literally get jobs just by chatting with their friends, and that's it. That's all they gotta do. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yinka. I am that career babe. Today I want to talk about a topic that is very well known, very well talked about, especially when you're looking for a job. Everyone says it, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. But once you get a job, nobody talks about it as much anymore, especially with younger professionals. So my goal today is to shift your perspective from kind of like a short-term view of the advantages of doing this thing to kind of like a long-term rewarding view where you can do it even while you're settled in your career. So what do I want to talk about today? It is networking. Before I get started, or before I get into that, let me talk a little bit more about myself. Like I said, my name is Yinka. I am a career advocate. I enjoy, coaching people through different courses or through different jobs, ranging from business analysis, data analysis, product management to program management. I enjoy mentorship, in whatever career you want to choose. It doesn't have to be IT, it could be healthcare. I've worked in different industries as well, so I am, thankfully well versed in a wide range of fields. I also help with resume review or resume rewriting. It's like custom resume writing. Like, I'm gonna make your resume make sense in a way that would favor you, in a way you would confidently talk about, in a way that you confidently present to your hiring manager or your recruiter. So that's what I do, and I hope by the end of this video today, you're able to get one thing that could help you, continue on that career ladder, whether you're already in a job, you're trying to pivot, or you're looking for a job. I hope you get one lesson from this lesson, I guess. So thank you again. If you're watching, please subscribe and click on the notification icon so you could keep getting my videos and free tips that would help you continue leveling up in life. Let's go. So the first advantage of networking is access to opportunities. So networking doesn't necessarily have to do with what you can get from it right now. Networking is essentially building genuine relationships over time. Now, that genuine relationship might not yield anything in the first year and the second year. And of course, you should actually get into networking with a mind of giving instead of taking, so that when you eventually need a favor, you can call it in. But access to opportunities, a lot of people have said they didn't have to apply to a number of roles because they just have people. You know how to say your network is your net worth is your network? It's a real thing. It's a very real thing. And I feel like that's important right now, especially considering the job market and the economy. Like, you need to know people. Like, you actually need to widen your horizon and just get out there, being comfortable, get to know people. I mean, how did you become friends with your bestie right now? Because you took time to get to know them, you opened up, you became vulnerable, you saw that your values aligned, you saw that you would enjoy each other. If you didn't take the time to open up or take the time to get to know each other, then you might have missed out of that great relationship. That's kind of how I view networking and the access to opportunities from it. So the next thing I'm going to talk about for number 2 is knowledge sharing. So when I say knowledge sharing, this is particularly important for people that are trying to pivot into a new career. So let's say I'm coming from the military, like I'm a military officer, I'm trying to get into information systems, or I'm trying to get into product management. I think it would be wise for me, besides the certification, besides the education, to start talking to people that are already product managers, especially people that were formerly officers. So when I said knowledge sharing, when you know people that are already doing those things, you can ask them questions, you can get shortcuts from them, you can gain insights, you can get advice, you can learn about what pitfalls to avoid or what you can do to quickly get to where you need to be. So number 3 is career advancement. This is open for everybody. So whether you already have a job, whether you're trying to get a job, or whether you're trying to pivot into another career, this is important. Career advancement is, it's common to everyone. Like, everyone wants to keep climbing up the career ladder and doing well for themselves. So the more people you know, the more opportunities will be for you, and the more opportunities for career advancement as well. So let's say you're already a manager at a current company and you think it's going to take a while for you to become senior manager or director, you can consider reaching out to people you already know, tell them your views, tell them your goals, and just like that, before you know it, they could possibly know someone whose company is hiring for a director and can recommend you or refer you to their own manager or director. So that's just an opportunity of what networking can bring for career advancement. The next thing I'm going to talk about is support system. So you know how right now you have like your group of friends and that you can fall back on when everything is good or everything is not so good. That's kind of how I see the why networking is important for support system. You need professional support system. You have like your friends, you have like your personal support system. You also need people that can relate to what you're going through in your career. So let's say like maybe a career is becoming redundant, like with the influx or like AI being so common everywhere right now, and you're worried about your job. You can get insight from someone who is also in that career and who is worried about your job. You can just like support each other, start brainstorming on the next thing to do or how to continue to be competitive against AI. If that's the case, you could consider having a support system that could show you like the courses to look at or people to talk to in order to get into that. That's what support system is. So while you have your personal support system, you need a professional support system as well. Another thing is increased visibility. So when you have your group of people that already know your name and you're just networking, you're having genuine relationships with them, you're just like having fun, giving, helping people, talking about things, getting insight, sharing insight as well. With time, your name is going to be out there. They're going to be like, oh yeah, this person from that company told me about this. Yeah, I feel like you'll be a good fit with her. Like, people will want to connect you with more people. Like, the more you're into networking, your circle is going to be continuously growing, just growing and growing every day.
Next thing I'm going to talk about is reciprocity. So remember at the beginning when I talked about like shifting your perspective from like short term, like getting to a goal, to actually looking at networking as a long-term marathon kind of thing. So this is where reciprocity comes in. When you start networking, don't come with a transactional mindset. Don't come with a I gotta get something mindset. Come with a given mindset, like how can I help this person? In what ways can I support this person? What can I do to help this person in a way that it can pour back into me? That's how I want you to view like networking. It's an opportunity to give back. It's an opportunity to learn about yourself while you give back as well. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is personal growth and confidence. So while you're networking, you are away from the people you would normally talk to, you're away from your coworkers, you're away from your friends, you're away from your family. You're dealing with someone you might not have come across if not for the sake of, the opportunity networking gave you. So being able to share your values, being able to share your views with people that are not like yourself helps you inherently build self-confidence, helps you build, personally grow, open your horizon, open your mind to like things or perspectives or views you would not normally consider. So this is something to consider when you're asking, why do I need to network? Another thing to consider is access to hidden opportunities. Like I mentioned at the beginning again, there are people that haven't applied to jobs in the past couple of years because they just know the right people to get to the right opportunity. Like people literally get jobs just by chatting with their friends, and that's it. That's all they got to do. And I feel like that's so imperative as we continue to climb up our career ladder, to be able to quickly get whatever like opportunity you're looking for through your network. So yeah. And then the final thing I'm going to talk about is mentorship. So while you're increasing your visibility, you're increasing your personal growth, personal confidence, you're getting access to opportunities, career advancement, everything we've talked about. You can also consider that networking will provide you an opportunity for mentorship. Mentorship, not just in your career, but mentorship even in business, like even in entrepreneurship. Like just having a conversation and being able to openly talk to people that are in your professional circle. They could be like, oh, I'm working on this project. It's outside of work, but I actually need your perspective. Could you consult on this? That's a way to start, building a side hustle for yourself as well. So the next time someone is talking about networking and, you're comfortable in your field, you're comfortable in your job, don't be like, what I got to do with me. Be like, hey, how can I step in? Like, how do I network here? Like, who I got to talk to start getting to know more people in this area. You know, especially like when you just move to a new place. Like, don't take networking like for like something simple. It's a big deal. It's a door opener. It's an opportunity to give back. It's an opportunity to learn about yourself. It inherently builds into your personal growth as well. Like we've talked about, like just like a whole, it affects every area of your life. People get married through networking, like through professional networking, and then they fall in love. But you know, that's not the reason. I'm not saying you should add that to like why you should. It's just like so many great things happen. So I just want you to be able to shift your mindset from why do I have to do this to when do I get to start doing this, or where do I have to go to start doing this. So you start looking for workshops, you start looking for mixer events, you start looking for, you know, people that know people so that you can get to know more people. And everyone doesn't have to be in your personal business when you're initially trying to build your professional network. Like you just have to, you know, kind of like building friendships. You just have to feel people out, like see who, you know, gets along with you, who you align values with, and you know, get going from there. Well, thank you for joining my channel again today. I appreciate your watch. I appreciate your subscribing, your liking, your sharing. Thank you. I'm just so grateful. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Today's Tuesday. Take care. Bye.